आप कॉमर्स से हैं and you are heading the IT department. What is the kind of challenge that you face and how do you overcome it?
The RJs do not have the fundamental right to bully the artists or others they get on on the radio channels. We have brain drain because we have brains. Bengalis are known to eat to consume
Love
fish.
It. 14 hours of work should be allocated for employees. AI आ जाएगा, हमारी job चली जाएगी. And
they get divorced after that, and it's happening so much around us. I think 3 out of 7 marriages are divorces are grey divorces.
The corporates sent in a proposal कि 14 hours of work should be allocated for employees. तो आपका क्या कहना है? ये corporates ने file किया था proposal by the way.
Well, I don't think that is something that Of course, your employer would want you to work for as many hours as you are willing to. Can you perform at your best if you're working for more than 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day? I'll ask you to be a yes. Thank you so much. I accept that. If you want me to sing like I go and sing 2 songs a day, they're going to be great. But biologically, my voice is not supposed to remain as fresh after those 2 songs. So if you want to earn money for 14 hours, no one can stop you. My daughter, she's 25 years old. She works with Priya as a creative producer. She's an aspiring singer. But I often see her working overnight. I also did that in my young days. I do it now as well. I know Narayan Murthy ji is a legend, and when he says something, there is some element of purpose behind it. So I don't endorse that for you. I don't want that to happen for you. Unless you want to do overtimes and earn extra money. 14 hours can't be the norm.
Yes.
Cannot be the norm. It could be an option. Yes. When I worked in Standard Chartered Bank, after my 10 to 5 job, I would have loved to have 3 hours of overtime. And I would have enjoyed that because that was extra money for me. But does it include, does it do anything to the productivity of the person? I would surely say that biologically it brings it down after 8-9 hours. So 9 is fine.
तो सर लोग ना ऐसे बहुत डरते AI की वजह से कि AI आ जाएगा, हमारी जॉब चली जाएगी. And here we are at a tech summit. तो आपका क्या सोचना है इस पे? Is there hope for people?
Yes, there is. Of course, you can't. I have seen in my school days when computers were being introduced all over India, when it started spreading its wings. In Bengal, we saw CPIM. They were dharnas and they were work. What is it called? There were blackouts and this and that. They did not want computers to come into, as I said, come into banks, get introduced in railway reservations here and there, and all kinds of. They felt, they were very sure, and many people in India, over the world, they felt that computers are going to eat up the job because computer means that it's one computer that can do the job of, depending upon the capacity of 10, 20, 100, thousands of people. So if computing which were done by human beings, ledger work, writing, everything was done by human beings. If computers come in, it is going to destroy the job opportunities. That did not really happen. See, there is a very famous saying by, I think, George Bernard Shaw, that I've had 1,000 frightful dreams, very few actually happened. AI is something that had to happen, but it is about using it in the right direction and not making it a Frankenstein. I don't like it when I see youngsters using WhatsApp and using Meta for AI, for writing letters, for writing can I have a write up on this, and immediately it's there. It's there. So it's fantastic, but I think it eats into the creativity of people if not used in the right manner. You have a lot of gadgets for yourself. You can use them to your advantage, or you can use them to weaken you, because ultimately AI will be run by human intelligence. That's what it is. It should not take over. It cannot take over. There have been hundreds of supercomputers who used to have chess games with Gary Kasparov. I remember that. But though the supercomputer won a couple of times, I think at the end of the day, it's a Gary Kasparov whose playing style was fed into the computer, and that's why it could fight Kasparov. So let's not make Frankensteins out of. There's no need to be scared.
Yeah.
But AI used judiciously can definitely make us leap forward. But I don't think people should be scared of it. Rather, they should be excited that such technology has come, where you can use it in the medical science,
Yeah.
in several other areas. Of course, computers can deliver stuff which the human mind cannot immediately do at a much faster speed. So if you go for speed and probably a little more accuracy, eliminating the chances of human error, then yes, AI is the order of the day, and there is no reason to get scared of it.
Okay. So I think जब भी टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट होता है, you're saying कि वैसे लोगों को डर लगता है, but eventually we do, get adapted to the new technology, and probably we can use our time better.
Well,
right?
most people get married. You're very scared at the beginning of it, especially when you come to men. They're very scared of their wives. But over a period of
So
time, well, I have to put it through and behave as if I am scared of my wife. As long as you can establish that you're scared of your wife,
Yeah.
then you can lead a free life. That's what
Wow.
it is. So
That's a tip.
so it's like, most people get married,
Yeah.
and whether it is I wouldn't make a gender this thing here, because then you never know, small things get blown up out of proportion, it gets political or something.
Yeah.
I would say that marriage is a scary thing.
Yeah.
But then you get used to it, and then if you have the right, though there are lot of what is it called, the new thing, people getting divorced after the age of 45, 50, grey divorces. What is that? There's a term for it now.
I am not aware of the term. Is there a term
There's
for
something.
it?
There was something that my wife was just discussing yesterday.
Yeah.
About something called grey divorce. It's people who have lived for 20, 25 years,
Yeah.
spent, celebrated their 25th anniversaries of marriage and all of that. They get divorced after that, and it has happened. It's happening so much around us. I think 3 out of 7 marriages are divorces are grey divorces. So let's get married to AI. लड्डू
Yeah.
दिल्ली का लड्डू खाना ही है तो खा के पछताइए, बिना खा के डर के मारे दूर मत रहिए.
ओके, सुपर. तो मैंने ये मेडिकल फील्ड में देखा है दैट यूजुअली जो मेडिकल कॉलेजेस वगैरह होते हैं, उनका टाई अप होता है हॉस्पिटल्स के साथ, तो उनको ना हैंड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग मिलती है. पर जब आईटी की बात आती है, मैं खुद आईटी से हूँ, जब आईटी की बात आती है, ऐसे कॉलेजेस कभी ऐसे टाई अप नहीं रहता है आईटी कंपनी के साथ. देयर इज लाइक अ डिस्कनेक्ट. तो आपका क्या सोचना है इस बारे में? इज देयर अ चैलेंज बिकॉज ऑफ विच दिस काइंड ऑफ सेटअप इज नॉट बीइंग डन?
I wouldn't say so. You see, I don't believe there are discussions that come up, but I think these are little bit of I would say negative discussions.
Okay.
Because nowadays you see people who want to get into IT, people who want to study IT. There are several great institutions. Apart from there are several institutions, advanced, good schools and colleges. They have these kind of vocational training programs. People go for IT trainings in different institutes. Just today morning, I was speaking to IBM, one of the biggest companies, IT companies in the world. One of the sectors which they cater to. They use their CSR to train students in different colleges. In West
Nice
Bengal,
one.
we have like 3,000 IT and ITE training institutes where IT people, youngsters who would want to get into IT, they get to train themselves and they get their certificates and all of that. So I wouldn't say in today's day, given the fact that IT is such a happening sector, it has been so for quite some years now. That is not really true.
Okay.
You can say that there's an area of bettering it. Yes, there will always be so, and I will encourage the IT companies to get involved with colleges. A big company
Yes.
can go to a college,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
say that we would want to do a 2-month course
Yeah.
or a 2-month, what should I say, a camp where you can, you know, after college you might want to enroll and learn something about it. Yet this is something that should be encouraged. And in today morning itself, I spoke about it and I said that, you know, you don't need to go to the colleges and approach them directly. Come to us, tell the IT ministry that this is what we have on platter. And we are going to write to the colleges that why didn't you introduce this to your colleges. So once you have the thought, I think you can implement it. So the fact that you are bringing it up in is itself a awareness that there is more that can be achieved in that field.
Thank you so much, sir. Because अभी recent times में a lot of people, I think even budget में भी ये सब include हुआ that a lot of graduates are not employable only because there was this disconnect कि उनको hands on training नहीं मिलती है. कंपनी में जाके आप अलग से ट्रेन करते हो और जो लोग cope up नहीं कर पाते फिर उनके पास job नहीं रह जाती है.
This is one word that was used that most graduates who graduate out, they are not qualified enough, they are not employable. So there are two sides to it. One, I look at the quality of jobs getting better in the creamy layer, and the other thing is that lot of more and more people are reaching the graduation stage, and I would say that it's from there the challenge lies with them to then try. This is the era of mediocrity is over now. You have to excel in something. You know, at least be part of the top 10 if you are in a group of 50. So after you graduate, if you don't find jobs that can accommodate the kind of knowledge that you have, you'll have to enroll in some additional training or some courses. That could be IT, that could be anything. But I think in Bengal, if I go back to Bengal, that's exactly what we are doing. You know, apart from having the IIT Kharagpur, IIM, we have the Indian Statistical Institute headquarters in Kolkata, we have IIEST, we have the St. Xavier's University. So there are so many institutions, world reputed institutions. And from Bengal, I will talk about Bengal now. They say there is a lot of brain drain happening from Bengal. We have brain drain because we have brains. Bengalis are known to eat, to consume fish, consume fish, have a lot of omega-3 oil. And that is it's said that it sharpens your brain.
So as a lay person, I've always wondered कि when you do not have a background, like आप commerce से हैं and you're heading the IT department, what is the kind of challenge that you face and how do you overcome it?
You see, there's a famous saying by Einstein that you don't need to know everything. You just need to know where to find it when you need it. So there are several chemical engineers who are heading IT companies all over the world. There are several civil engineers who are heading furniture giants in the world. How much of, there are college dropouts who have started the biggest companies in the world. So it is how much of zeal you have in your life to learn. You know, I will not be able to do coding unless I put my time into my mind into learning coding. But the experts who know it, I think the government's job is to provide the right, to provide a fertile soil. Such minds who are knowledgeable, they have the ability and the opportunity to grow. You bring paddy seeds, the government should be able to give you the fertile soil from where you can make the best quality rice. And then you अब सरसों का सीड लेके आओ तो उसमें भी गवर्नमेंट को आपको हेल्प करना चाहिए. So as the IT minister, as long as you are taking the right briefs, as you have the zeal in yourself to learn as much as you need to learn, because knowledge is not something that you need to show off. You know, Margaret Thatcher had said that if you really have power, then you don't need to show it. You don't need to flaunt it.
Just
so if you have the knowledge, try to understand what exactly is there on your table. And you don't need to master it. But as long as you let the masters of that particular subject be around you and guide you, you can create the right opportunities from them. That's what I believe, and that's what keeps me going.
Thank you so much, sir.
Is this a slow clap? Or
no,
fast
it was actually
fast
that
Thank you.
literally means
the RJs do not have the the fundamental right to bully the artists or others they get on on the radio channels. The other is also possible. So this was a little bit of leg pulling from my side.
अच्छा कोई बात नहीं सर, gracefully taken and I'm so humble. Thank you so much.
हो गया हूँ तेरे साउंड पे 93.5 Red FM बजाते रहो.